Well, this is one of my favorite knives just because it's got the Confederate flag emblem on it or symbol on it. And it was all coming loose back here. And I think somebody, yeah, it's not quality construction. It's got plastic on here and it's not very thick back there. And there's like a couple pins probably behind here someplace that are in here. What I did was I just took some JB Weld. I just filled the whole damn thing up in the back there with some tape, and I painted it flat black. You don't even notice it really. You know, I guess you could smooth that out and put a little more JB Weld over it, but it's okay for me. But made this knife 10 times stronger than it used to be. It still works fine now, but that's all JB welded in there. So that's one thing with some of these cheap ass Chinese knives. Sometimes the construction on them isn't the best, but you can always make them a lot stronger with a little epoxy or JB Weld or that 3M part number 08115 or Loctite metal. Loctite metal is actually better than JB Weld, man. And you know, now I really can't take it apart, but who the hell cares about taking it apart? Now, if this clip ever came loose on here, what I would do is I would epoxy JB Weld the screws in there, and then chemically clean it and actually weld it, JB Weld this right to the bolster. But that's one way you can make these damn things a lot stronger. I know this is a Tac Force, you know, low budget knife, and some of the Tac Forces aren't that bad with the aluminum handles. But I'll show you what I mean. What kind of knife is actually on there? It's what kind of construction? You see these pins here? Those were coming loose. And these obviously have the screws out here so you can tighten them up, but even if these came loose, I tighten these screws up. I would JB Weld all this in here too, just fill it up. But what I did before I filled it up is I used starting fluid, chemically cleaned it, scratched it up in here so the surface would stick to the surface. Then I put some tape on the inside so it wouldn't go pouring down in here where the blade falls into. And it just filled it up so it's all around these pins, and that makes the whole thing a lot stronger. So yeah, I think sometimes the problem with this knife is probably pretty strong because it's aluminum handle. This isn't that long of a blade. It's long enough to cut though, you know, it'd be useful. And it's a little wider, you know. You're looking at that, it's a little wider than this one. So, you know. But, you know, this thing is, it's well, you know, it's, yeah, you know, this thing actually is pretty damn good. I just like it though. I like it because it's got such a long clip. It goes on a boot real easy. And since it faces down like that, when I pick it up, it's in the right position to open. I worked this thing over a bunch of times to get it just right with this nub and the way it operates. So when it started getting loose, I fixed it. But you can fix any of these cheap-ass Chinese knives for, you know, 50 cents worth of JB Weld, right? This one's not a bad boot knife either. If I can get it on there. It's got a tighter clip on it though. See, this one I like better for, just goes on my boot real easy. Usually. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. It used to go on there easy. It's probably because I don't have the laces that tight, but it's convenient to wear them on your boot, just like I have this one. Here, this is my little Frank Beltrami. Whoops, that didn't know fire all the way because I had my finger in the way. There you go. And I think the way I screwed this one up, it was under the car, it was on my boot, and it was smacking into something, and it came loose. So it's not the freaking hard best quality freaking knife there is, but the way I JB welded it, it's probably gonna freaking hold together pretty damn good now. So anyway, good deal. So just pass on that quick tip. Don't be afraid to fix something and fix it halfway redneck, because even if you fix it halfway redneck, sometimes when you do that so-called redneck fix, it's a lot stronger than the original. Just like if you're freaking, you're going to change out the bumper on this freaking Suzuki here, and you put some, 4-inch channel on there. It's a lot better than this crap. Practically bend that with your hand, man. You know what I mean? Or if you took this and you put a piece of steel behind it, right? It's the same kind of deal with these little bullshit things. So, fix better than new for 50 cents. That's what you want to do. Yeah, I just realized why the clip didn't slide on there easy with this. There was a little bit of JB weld, just a tad bit on the clip, and it was holding it together. So, yeah, it slides on there good. But I always like this one because the mechanism is down here. So when you pick it up, it's just like that. So should slide on there. Yeah, see, now it slides on there, no problem. There's a little bit of JB weld right over here. That's why I couldn't get it on there when I was showing it before. This one fits a little tight, but you notice the length of the clip versus the length of that clip. That actually sits on your boot pretty damn securely, man. That's why I like this one. I can carry it with me and I don't even know what's there.